Hello, everybody. Dave Neal here, stand-up comic, host of Bachelor Nation News. We're scraping the barrel, baby. It's, what day is it? April 5th. We are 3 months away. Can you believe that? 3 months away from the next season of The Bachelorette, July 11th, 2022. In the meantime, we speculate, we scrape, we analyze every aspect of the show. We flip stones not left unturned. What's the saying? Either way, we're desperately in search of content is the point. And we're going to analyze and break down what's going on here with Blake, Katie, and John. And don't forget also to subscribe to my new stand-up channel, Dave Neal Stand-Up Clips. I have several new videos, and 134 of you guys subscribed yesterday. Here's one of me catching a guy mid-act at the Crunch Gym showers. This is a true story, so brave yourself if you want to hear it, and we'll get into it. So the question is, John defends his lady Katie, as you're supposed to do, and Blake is living his life and doesn't owe Katie anything, as he's supposed to be. And so when we look at it, we go, who's in the right here? We're going to describe the situation, and I'm going to play the clip that's going to spark the response by Ben Higgins. I like Ben Higgins. He's been able to kind of maintain a healthy post-bachelor life. He's now married to a non-bachelor contestant. That's a win in my book every day of the week. So we're going to get into that right now. Let's hear what John had to say on Caitlin Bristow's podcast. And of course, Caitlin Bristow just was on Guys We Effed podcast mentioning she slept with all the men of her fantasy suite, which was never confirmed that Ben Higgins was one of the guys, but now we know. So, God, can you imagine? Ben Higgins is out there. He's with his new wife, and they're like, all right, we got The Bachelor behind us. And then Caitlin goes on a podcast, which she has every right to do, and it's just casually mentioned she had sex with her final three, which she's entitled to do. And, because I know as my fiance, you guys know, God bless Tasha, but if she had to be reminded on a podcast that I ever kissed anybody before her, she'd be like, oh, you're just going to go on the fantasy suite? The whole thing. And I would be the same way. If Tasha was a bachelorette, and it's not slut shaming, it's none of that. It's just, I don't need to be reminded that she dated guys before me. I don't. You know what I mean? Anyway, maybe that's problematic. I don't know, but we like to live a life of lies. Bury it under the rug. I was raised Catholic, and we sweep things under the rug. Here's the clip.
I know Blake got to go on whatever podcast, and be like, oh, maybe there was some cheating, or maybe he got to have this voice where you didn't get that voice. So I'm like, have your voice, woman.
I know. I mean.
So Caitlin's just ready. She's gassing Katie Thurston up for some drama. Caitlin's so good at what she does.
And I think that's where it kind of was disappointing, because Blake and I think he's gone on to say now on other podcasts, we both knew our relationship was not working out. Yeah. My relationship with Blake was a very separate situation with my relationship with John. There was not overlap. There was nothing but respect. It's just two different situations. Mm-hmm.
You know what I couldn't stand though, I'm sorry,
I know Blake got to go.
Oh, I thought he shared it in this part. He didn't share it. So what John says he couldn't understand is that he thought Blake mischaracterized the breakup. He thought Blake was kind of like, didn't understand Katie's side of things. And of course, John's going to understand Katie's side of things. What I don't understand, John, is how do you pull off... Here's how you know John's a good-looking guy, because he can pull off a shirt like that. You know what I mean? I mean, John will make anything look good. If your jaw's square enough, you can make a shirt like that work. For me, I don't know if I've got the energy to pull that off, but we can try. A boy can try, John. Take me out surfing with you. But don't do that. All right, so... he's sticking up for his lady. He's just calling it as he sees it. And people, they pick sides. Some people say, yeah, we totally get it. And others go, are you kidding me? Because John said that, and maybe it's a word he would use again or not, but he said he thought Blake was capitalizing on the storyline after their breakup. And of course, everyone in the Bachelor world capitalizes, from Ben Higgins to Ashley to Katie's, everyone's capitalizing off it in one way or another. You were on a show, and now you make money based off that show. Even if you're not making money based off of that show, you built a following that's going to buy goods and services from you from that show. I don't care if you make homemade soap after the show, you're still capitalizing off of it in a way because your equity is built around that show. All right, so we got that down. But here's what Ben and Ashley had to say on the Almost Famous podcast. They're going to kind of explain this sort of pseudo-light tiff between John Hersey and Blake. And I'm not trying to make this any bigger than it is, because it's really them just, seeing it from different perspectives.
Mentally living in the, quote, normal world. As far as Blake goes, John said that they're kind of disappointed in the way that the Blake stuff has gone down because he's been like relatively open about how things unfolded on podcasts. And he said that there was no overlap in the relationships and that he actually hung out with Blake for like 12 to 18 hours, they say, when Katie and Blake were together and John was with another girl. And they had a lot of fun together. They did an escape room. He said they hung out all day. So it was disappointing when he heard Blake on all these podcasts saying things like, oh, Katie wasn't putting effort into our relationship. That's why it was failing and falling apart.
Now, don't get me wrong. You guys are listening to me recap Ashley, recap John Hersey's conversation with Caitlin Bristow, which recapped what Blake said on a podcast. We are 17 feet back in the human centipede of Bachelor Nation here. We're getting nothing but ass to mouth on this one, folks. So clearly this is getting just like, I don't think Blake ever said anything wild or egregious. I think he was talking about his experience, and he, like we've said, he has his set of eyes that he dealt with it through. Ben is going to come in the voice of reason. Not that Ashley's not, but Ben will come in the voice of reason and explain that to you guys.
And then he goes, well, John says, as Katie's good friend at the time, I saw how much effort she was putting into that relationship and how much she was trying to make it work. And it wasn't just one-sided. And he said that was really upsetting to see. So then the other reason that Katie, in the whole 12 days of messy thing, let me start that fresh again. So then the 12 days of messy thing, why Katie and John went public so quickly, they said that once they explored their connection a little bit and they knew that was going to be something that was going to be long term, they didn't want to have to sneak around. They didn't want people to see them in public and then wonder, come up with their own agenda or narrative. They just wanted to be out there and open with what was going on.
Fair.
And I guess that was smart because if they did hide it more, then there'd probably be even additional speculation that there was some overlap in the relationships.
By the way, credit where it's due. Ben and Ashley have flawless audio. So I don't know why Bachelor Happy Hour can't figure their audio out.
Obviously, both sides, I think, have been, open since the breakup. And these breakups are messy. I mean, they're already in the public light. They're already talked about. People are being asked about it. I mean, I can't, be on either person's side here because here's the truth of it. Blake has his own things going on now. So if he goes on a podcast, he's going to be asked about Katie. I know from personal experience, if you like it or not, you're going to be asked about whoever it is that you're with from the show. That's a thing. And it's going to happen for years to come. And you're going to find a few things to say and a lot of things not to say to give some type of fair response and truthful response without, maybe throwing the other person on the bus. Now, mm-hmm. Katie and John, they're dating. You expect them to hide it, not to be out there about it? No, you should. They should be out there. They should have fun. They should be exploring this thing. I just think it's one of the interesting things that happen in this world is people's feelings are legitimately really hurt because there are still emotions at play and there's still history at play. And that's something for all of us to realize as we watch these things unfold is these are still humans trying to figure out how to find love. It's not easy. So, but they're talking about it. And that's something that we're going to talk about here. They talk about it. We're going to talk about it. Well,
and then I'm going to talk about it. And then we're all going to talk about it. You're going to comment. You're going to leave us. You're subscribe to the Patreon.com/Dave Neal. All right. I've got more content coming your way. I've got a Joe, grocery store Joe video. I've got a potential trading secrets video. I'm going to be podcasting with Reality Steve later today. I'll let you know when that's out. My Dear Shandy episode is coming up. So we've been pretty busy in the off season. The Dave Neal Show has brand new content out. And of course, my stand-up clips channel. So no excuses not to get up there and leave a comment and watch those videos. We'll see you guys in a little bit. Bye, everybody.